Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be talking about EMDR and what it stands for and basically why I needed it and did I feel like it made a difference.
And trying to remain so strong, I know it's good if I'm wrong. I got it, run.
If you are new here, my name is Deanna and I talk about mental health and lifestyle. This one's a mental health video. I did briefly mention the fact that I had EMDR when I made my sexual abuse story, and the reason why I had to have EMDR was because I was sexually abused. But I'm going to be talking about now what EMDR is, because I did ask in the video if someone would want to know about EMDR, let's leave a comment, and there was a few comments under that story asking for an EMDR video. So without further ado, let's get started. So EMDR actually stands for eye movement desensitization reprocessing, and then it's usually coupled with the word therapy. So they have reprocessing therapy. So this therapy is a trauma-based therapy and it is used for somebody who cannot function pretty much because of their trauma. For me personally, I needed EMDR because I was sexually abused, but EMDR can be used for any form of trauma. It can be used for multiple different types of trauma. If you would like to learn more about my personal story and my sexual abuse and how that all happened and things like that, please click on the card above because it will provide some context as to why I specifically needed the EMDR therapy. So as the name suggests, EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing therapy, it uses eye movement to desensitize somebody from their trauma. So for me, before I had the therapy, I was having daily panic attacks, I was having nightmares, I was having night sweats, I was having flashbacks, I was having everything, and I could not function. And the main reason for me starting this therapy was because I was admitted to a psychiatric unit, and even on this ward where I was safe, I was in a locked unit, I was still having all of these daily flashbacks, nightmares. I wasn't able to function or cope. And because of that, it was said to me, do you think that doing this therapy would help? They gave me some leaflets about EMDR, and in the end, I chose to try it. I thought, oh, what am I going to lose? So the version of EMDR that I had was with vibrating buzzers. So I held a buzzer in each hand, so my left and my right, and the buzzers would go left, right, left, right, left, right, and they would buzz intermittently, one and then the other. So EMDR therapy can also be done with sounds or it can be done with sight. And actually it was really weird because I was holding these buzzers and I had my eyes closed for the majority of the therapy when I was having it done, and I could feel my eyes moving without me even trying. And it's very similar to how you see it in like comedy TV shows and cartoons and things like that, where a stopwatch or something like that being held in front of someone's face and the person then getting hypnotized and things like that. It's not as instant as a hypnotization, but the whole idea of having something go in front of your face and then your eyes going sort of left, right, following that item or that sound or anything like that is very, very similar to how EMDR works. So for me, I was holding these buzzers and I would have my eyes closed, but I could feel my eyes literally moving side to side and not being able to control it, which was the weirdest feeling on earth. Like, I could not explain it. Like, having the uncontrollable movement of your eyes. So throughout this therapy, the first session I had was just to talk about my traumas in a brief description. It wasn't to go into detail, it was just to say, okay, at this particular age I had this happen to me, at this particular age I had that happen to me. So my therapist was then able to grasp an understanding of all my traumas. She then said to me, oh, which traumas do I want to start with? So I said to her that I wanted to just go at the beginning of my timeline and work towards the end, because the most recent trauma would be my sexual abuse. So by the time we got to my sexual abuse, I would be very familiar with the way the therapy worked and things like that. I will say though that the therapy did not last as long as I thought it was going to last. I had a total of 6 sessions, including the introductory brief description session. So actually only 5 actual EMDR sessions, which I found to be quite little because I've been through so many different other types of therapies like CBT and DBT and all these different things, and you would have them over a course of months, if not years. Whereas with this therapy, I had 5 sessions of the actual therapy and I felt cured. I felt so much better. So that moves on to the question of, did I feel that EMDR worked? And did I feel that EMDR has cured me? I wouldn't say cured, but I would say that EMDR has helped me 90% of the way, which is a big percentage, obviously. With EMDR, I was able to then notice a big difference between the before and after. As I've already explained before, I was having all these panic attacks and these flashbacks. Now I still get triggered on occasion, like not so much now, but after the therapy, immediately after I'd finished, I would still get triggered, but it wouldn't cause a panic attack. It might cause a bit of a anxiety sort of moment, and I would have to walk away from the situation. So it might cause a bit of an anxiety, and I'd walk away from the situation and it'd be okay. But it wouldn't cause me to have a massive panic attack on the floor where I'm huddled and shaking and crying. It would be a lot less of an issue. And then since having the therapy and then working a lot more with the care coordinators over the years after therapy, I have been able to pretty much not get triggered ever. There has been a few occasions where I have been triggered but been able to sort it out myself. I've not had to need any sort of intervention from the crisis team or any of the mental health services. So a lot of the time now I'm able to deal with the immediate issue myself, and then at my next session with my care coordinator or with my psychiatrist, I will then say to them, oh, and I did have this happen over the last week, and we'll talk about it. I haven't had to actually call the crisis team. One, because I don't actually get on with the crisis team, and like, I don't know if anyone else is like this. Some people really love the crisis team, and I think it varies from area to area within the UK. But here in the UK, we have the mental health team, which is open 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, obviously excluding bank holidays. And then we have the crisis team, which is a 24 hours a day, 7 days a week service, where you can ring them up and you can talk about your feelings or anything like that. Me personally, I've never really got on with the crisis team. I don't know whether it's just my area, but I've always had bad experiences apart from maybe 1 or 2 experiences that have been okay. So now the coping strategy that I use personally is I tend to ring charities if I need someone to talk to about something that's happened and it can't wait to my next session with someone that I know. In comparison to calling the crisis team would be my last resort to call, and that's just because of the experiences I've had. But in a nutshell, yes, EMDR has definitely changed my life for the better and has definitely helped me to become a much more strong and independent young lady. So that is it for today's video. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel out and helps me to spread these sorts of videos to more people, because then YouTube goes, oh, people like this video, and they spread it out to more people. But as I said, yes, that is it for today's video. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye.
Just like you're young again, no, don't you cry. Just get back up again.